A cordial greeting. Today is Tuesday, June 27, 2023. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia speaking. In today's video, we will be discussing the newly formed tropical storm Adrian, which has been classified by the National Hurricane Center as the first tropical storm of the 2023 hurricane season in the eastern Pacific region. Additionally, we will talk about another disturbance, Invest 92, which is associated with a low-pressure system located south of Mexico. It has a high probability of developing into Tropical Storm Beatriz as it passes very close to the southern and western coasts of Mexico. Interests in the states of Guerrero, Michoacán, Colima, Jalisco, Nayarit, as well as Baja California Sur, should pay attention to the evolution of both cyclones. They are expected to bring heavy rainfall and dangerous surf along the Mexican coast over the next few days. According to the official bulletin from the Hurricane Center, Tropical Storm Adrian has maximum sustained winds of 70 km per hour. It is anticipated to strengthen as it moves west-northwestward. The good news is that, for the time being, it appears that this cyclone will not directly impact Mexican territory. However, Invest 92 is of greater interest and could have a dangerously close trajectory to the coasts of Michoacán, Colima, and Jalisco. Something very interesting is that the formation of the first tropical cyclone of the hurricane season in the eastern Pacific began quite late compared to climatology. To give you an idea, it has been 43 days since the official start of the hurricane season, and today is when the first cyclone of the season forms. In fact, this breaks the record for the latest formation of the first tropical depression of the season, surpassing the 40-day mark in 2019. Remember that the hurricane season in the eastern Pacific begins on May 15. Furthermore, this year an above-average hurricane season is anticipated primarily due to the presence of El Niño. Another interesting fact is that the formation of Tropical Storm Adrian would be the second latest formation of a tropical storm in the eastern Pacific, only surpassed by Tropical Storm Agatha in 2016, which formed on July 2. The record for cyclone formation in the eastern Pacific dates back to 1970. Certainly, the hurricane season has started quite slowly. However, it is expected that several cyclones will develop in the eastern Pacific region during the coming weeks, and our friends in the Mexican region should be prepared and vigilant regarding the evolution of these atmospheric disturbances. As we can see in the visible satellite image, Tropical Storm Adrian continues to show signs of strengthening, and it is actually expected to become a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane as it moves slowly west-northwestward. Fortunately, the track of this cyclone should remain over the Pacific waters, and none of the specialized trajectory models bring this cyclone close to the Mexican coast. People in Mexico can be reassured that the future Hurricane Adrian will not pose a direct threat to the country, except for dangerous surf that may affect some coastal areas in the western part of Mexican territory. There is some discrepancy among intensity models. Some maintain it as a Category 1 hurricane, while others intensify it to Category 2 or Category 3. However, the official forecast from the National Hurricane Center predicts that it will become a Category 2 hurricane in the next few days. Notice that the official forecast keeps it moving mainly west-northwestward, and the cone of uncertainty is far from the Mexican coast. At least these are good news because this first cyclone of the hurricane season should remain over open waters of the Pacific and then dissipate over cold waters southwest of Baja California. Now the situation is a bit different with the upcoming cyclonic formation, which is associated with a low-pressure system currently located south of the state of Chiapas. This low-pressure system has a high probability of becoming the next tropical depression and then Tropical Storm Beatriz over the next few days as it moves parallel to the coasts of Oaxaca, Guerrero, Michoacán, and Colima. It is important for residents along the coast of these states to stay vigilant regarding the evolution of this disturbance, which will be approaching Mexico more closely compared to Tropical Storm Adrian. The future Tropical Depression 2 and Tropical Storm Beatriz represent some risk, and we must be very attentive and closely monitoring it. In fact, as of this afternoon, the National Hurricane Center maintained an 80% probability of development over the next 7 days as it moves west-northwestward. It is highly likely that we will have the formation of the second cyclone of the season over the next 2 to 3 days. According to the latest track from the ensemble members of the GFS model, you can see that a path parallel to the coast is suggested. However, some members move the system closer to the states of Guerrero, Michoacán, Colima, and Jalisco. That is why we are closely monitoring the formation of the future Tropical Storm Beatriz. Also, note that some of them take it towards regions of Baja California Sur. Similarly, the ensemble members of the European model also maintain a very similar trajectory, passing too close to the regions of Guerrero, Michoacán, Colima, Jalisco, and Baja California Sur. Let's see what the forecasts of the global models show. Here we have the run of the American model, the GFS. Take a look at the formation of Tropical Storm Adrian and the low pressure associated with Invest 92, which is expected to develop into Tropical Storm Beatriz over the next few days. Let's see what the latest projection of the GFS model shows. First, Tropical Storm Adrian maintaining a westward trajectory and moving away from Mexico, possibly intensifying into a Category 1 or Category 2 hurricane. By Thursday night, it possibly develops into Tropical Depression 2 or Tropical Storm Beatriz just south of the state of Guerrero. In the latest run, you can see that it maintains a path parallel to the coast but dangerously approaches the states of Guerrero, Michoacán, and Colima between Friday night and Saturday morning. That's why I'm telling you that it's important for residents in this area to stay vigilant, because a trajectory so close to the coast promises, at the very least, heavy downpours along these areas, a high risk of flooding, and some strong wind gusts along the coast. Then, according to the GFS model, by Sunday, it basically dissipates the future Tropical Storm Beatriz before reaching the states of Nayarit and Sinaloa, mostly influenced by wind shear caused by Tropical Storm or Hurricane Adrian. Currently, it is expected that Tropical Storm Adrian will be imparting wind shear that should keep the future Tropical Storm Beatriz weak. This is definitely good news, and Tropical Storm Beatriz may possibly bring some beneficial rainfall to regions that have received little precipitation in recent months. Let's compare it with the European model. Here we have Tropical Storm Adrian maintaining a mostly westward trajectory. Look at the formation of Tropical Storm Beatriz south of the states of Oaxaca and Guerrero in the afternoon or evening hours on Thursday. It maintains a path parallel to the coast without making landfall but close enough to bring some heavy downpours between Guerrero, Michoacán, and Colima. Then, you can see that the European model takes this possible cyclone approaching the southern region of Baja California Sur by Sunday morning. Obviously, this is a long-term forecast, so we will be closely monitoring it, and some variations in this forecast are expected. Simply, residents in this area should stay alert to the evolution of this low-pressure system. Other models, like the German model, also maintain a trajectory over the waters of the eastern Pacific but close to the coast as a tropical storm in the afternoon or evening hours on Friday, passing close to the south of Michoacán and Colima. In terms of effects, let's look at the wind gust projections according to the GFS model. Based on the current trajectory, it appears that the tropical storm winds would mostly remain over the Pacific waters. However, in the latest projection, some of these winds may affect the coastal region of Colima and Jalisco, including the cities of Manzanillo and Tomatlán. Please stay attentive to the evolution of this disturbance in case there are any changes in trajectory that could have more significant effects on the coast of these states. In comparison, the European model has a similar forecast but a slightly more westward trajectory. Notice that it keeps the tropical storm winds over the eastern Pacific waters, away from Jalisco, Colima, and Michoacán. However, the operational model has a trajectory that would take this future cyclone to the southern region of Baja California and close to the city of San Jose del Cabo in the evening hours on Saturday or early Sunday morning. Interests in this area should also stay attentive to the evolution of Invest 92. Apart from the wind, we are concerned about the heavy downpours that it may bring along the southern and western coasts of Mexico. For example, the GFS model's projection estimates between 100 to 250 millimeters of accumulated precipitation over the next 5 days associated with Tropical Storm Adrian and the future Tropical Storm Beatriz. These precipitation accumulations can definitely lead to serious flooding issues. Stay alert if you live in flood-prone areas. Notice that in a widespread manner, these two cyclones can bring increased precipitation and humidity extending from the states of Sinaloa and Durango, affecting the coastal states up to the Oaxaca region. Estimates suggest between 75 to 100 millimeters of accumulated precipitation over the next 5 days. The European model is also forecasting substantial rainfall, however, its maximum accumulations are slightly lower. The European model estimates between 50 to 100 millimeters, affecting a large part of the western territory of Mexico. Exercise caution due to the possibility of flooding throughout this region. As you know, here at Huracan Info, I will be closely monitoring the evolution of Tropical Storm Adrian, although at the moment, it does not seem to pose a risk to Mexico. But more importantly, we are keeping an eye on Invest 92, which threatens to become Tropical Storm Beatriz and pass very close to the Mexican coast. To ensure that you don't miss any of the videos I'll be recording in the coming days, I invite you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, go to the bottom of the video, click on the red button that says subscribe, and then click on the bell icon to receive notifications when I upload new videos. Well, with that, I bid you farewell, and I will update you on this forecast tomorrow. Until then, I hope you all have an excellent day.